Hello, America. I would like to talk to you about one of the most pressing subjects that is pressing on our national consciousness, which is bald eagles.
Only God, no other kings, but the mighty eagle soar.
Obviously.
Thank you, God bless you.
This here jiggy friend is my new pal, Sheryl. That's with an S. Please spell it correctly. The owl, who came to me from the Salvation Army in Findlay, Ohio, as well as many commemorative state plates, which I was forced to buy because some old lady died and left her entire collection to the Salvation Army. So that was pretty cool. It was cool. Sheryl, don't give me that look. Come on, it was cool. Sheryl and I are going to talk to you about bald eagles, our national bird. You may say, a national bird, why is that so important? Well, it's important enough for each state to have its own bird. That's how important it is. We have 51 different birds. And also Puerto Rico might have a bird, and I don't know about Guam, but we'll discuss that later. There are over 50 birds that represent United States, states, and or the nation as a whole. But so bald eagles are native to North America, mostly Canada, Alaska, but also the continental United States and northern Mexico. They live near open water and where there are old growth trees because they like to build their nests in the tall guys. These are tall trees up here. But they really like eating fish, so they like it by, like big lakes, or the ocean, or big rivers and shit. That's where they like to live. Maybe they like to buy a boat, too. Maybe they like boating. So sometimes the bald eagles, they fly down into the water, and they dive, and they snatch the fishies, and then they go back up and they eat them. But if the fish are too heavy, sometimes they get stuck in the water, and sometimes they drown. But other times they can let go of them and fly out. And like swim and fly out. It's just a hazard of the trade of bald eagleness. Are you trying to take the spotlight, Sheryl? This is cute. Anyway, but bald eagles have been removed from the endangered species list in the last couple years. They're not even on the threatened list anymore. But they weren't threatened in Canada or Alaska, only here in the 48 contiguous states because we like killing shit. I know. Juvenile bald eagles, they're brown. They don't have the white head. They're just brown. And they're sexually mature at 4 to 5 years old, which is totally hot, right? Totally. But grown bald eagles have sexual dimorphism in that the females are 25% larger, which is different than most mammalian populations. What are you, like a superstar now? Are you fucking J-Lo? I mean, yeah, you do look really cute. It's true. I know. That was a perfect outfit for this video. I know. Okay. Alright. So, Sheryl and I will talk about her outfit later. But in the wild, bald eagles live 20-ish years, but they can live a lot longer in captivity, surprisingly, actually, up to 50 years. The bald part comes from piebald, or piebald, I don't know how you say that in British English, but piebald because of the white part. Makes them look bald compared to their brown little bodies. They don't like people. Their populations are bigger, more robust, better. Oh, hey, dude. Far away from the populated areas. And, the northern birds are migratory in that when their sources of food, that's a pen, bodies of water that might freeze, where they get their fish, they have to go south. But if their bodies of water don't freeze, then they just stay there all year round. Also, Wikipedia told me that bald eagles, when they fly, they soar on thermal convection currents. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Does that not sound cool, Sheryl? Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I don't know what kind of currents you soar on, but we'll talk about it later, I guess. We will! God, we will. Oh, sometimes bald eagles, like, steal prey from other birdies, like osprey, and that is called kleptoparasitism. So they just go and they're like, hey, osprey, I see you caught that fish. I'm gonna take it and eat it. Yeah. Seriously. Sheryl, you're creeping them out. Well, you're creeping me out. Bald eagles may or may not mate for life, but there's a good chance they do. When they're in their courtship rituals, they do all these calls and they do like crazy flight displays where they're like, it's probably like Top Gun if I'd ever seen Top Gun. But it's probably a lot like that with all the dives and flips and crazy shit they do with their flights just to show off for, you know, the opposite sex. They reuse their nests every year also, and they lay 1 to 3 eggs every year. And they take turns incubating the eggs, the male and the female. So, you know, that's good. That's very equitable. I am in support of equitable parenting. That's all I'm saying. But it is rare that all 3 would successfully fly once they hatch. So pretty much at least one of them is a raised egg, so whatever. But the nests are, they're vulnerable to predators like raccoons, with the black around their eyes and the sneakiness, black bears, asshole birds. Yeah, they eat the babies. Owls were not listed. I hope you didn't eat any... You better not have eaten any babies while you were dating What's-His-Bucket, because that would have definitely ended the relationship. I mean, I know that he had, like, maturity issues, but... Okay, sure. In, like, the 50s, there's these issues with DDT, which everyone thought was like Jesus' gift to like plants and like killing bugs and shit, but really it like killed everything and it thinned the eggshells of bald eagles and helped contribute to the drop in their population. But they were delisted in 2007 as threatened or endangered, so they're like totally cool now, but you're not really supposed to kill them anyway because it's still like a federal crime. But they were chosen as a national symbol in 1782 by the Continental Congress. Although Benjamin Franklin, who's like totally a man-whore, was like, oh, those birds have bad moral character because they steal their fish from other animals. Whatever, Benjamin Franklin. Who have you stolen things from? Yeah, that's right. Oh, I should get my little guy. Will you get my eagle? Sheryl, will you get my eagle? But apparently, between 1916 and 1945, meaning the 2 world wars and the interwar period, on the flag, seal, whatever, the bald eagle is like, I'm gonna look at the arrows because we're in war. But then they changed it to the eagle facing the olive branch, like my little thing that hangs on my wall, like this guy, and he's facing the olive branch. But apparently, according to Wikipedia, it's an urban legend that it faces the arrows during a time of war. Either that or the most recent presidents have sucked at replacing their carpet when they declare war. For me and Sheryl and the eagle that hangs in my apartment, we want to say, happy eagling, by which I mean not killing eagles, but loving them. And I hope you have learned a lot about our nation's avian symbol. Ah! Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out right